So we have already discussed the scatter diagram. From scatter diagram, we can visually decide the relationship between these two parameters x and y. Okay, and we can easily say that the impact, whether x increases and y increases or not, whether they are positively related, negatively related, they are non-linearly related, or any other relation they are not related, we can easily observe from scattered plot. Okay, this is graphical. Now we are moving towards the numerical problems. The very first one, we have two different methods of measuring the correlation coefficient in numerically. One is called Pearson correlation coefficient and another one is Spearman rank correlation. So this is called Pearson correlation coefficient. In this case, you can observe that this small r indicates the correlation coefficient between x and y, which is the ratio of the covariance between x and y and the variance, square root of variance of x and variance of y. That means covariance of x and y divided by standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. So I hope you know what is the standard deviation of x and what is the standard deviation of y. It is clear to you, I think. Is that clear? Tell me, guys, tell me. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Can you calculate the standard deviation of x and y? Can you calculate this one? We have already observed these things. What we have done in calculating the standard deviations, first of all, we'll have to take the deviation here. Then we have to take the square, oh sorry. This is our x value minus x bar. It will give the deviation. To eliminate the sign impact, we just take the square and then take the sum of each and every observation, square sum, and after that we simply make it average. So this is variance, and if we take the square root, then it will be standard deviations. For x it is this one. So we have already discussed things, right? We have already discussed these things. Are you
Yes.
practicing, guys? Can you remember this one? I am not getting response from you.
We remember.
Remember everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Wake up, guys. Wake up. Okay? It will be enjoyable. Please wake up and sit with paper and pen. It will be enjoyable. I promise it will be enjoyable. So look here. The correlation coefficient, Pearson correlation coefficient, basically this is the ratio of covariance between x and y and the standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. So this is the formula. So we know how to calculate the standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Now let us check how to calculate the covariance of x and covariance of y. Okay. So can anyone tell me what is variance? We have already discussed. What is variance? Anyone? Can you tell me what is variance? What do you mean by variance? I think you are not practicing. Guys, are you still getting bored? What is variance? Sakshi?
Sir, variance is that sigma x and y.
Yes, Gaurav.
Sir, is it the range of the data, sir?
Not range.
Uh,
Sir
So,
will take Sir will take the square root of the variance at the end.
so I want to know what is variance. What about others? What about others?
Square of standard deviation.
Square of standard deviation. Yes, very good. But why? How you compute this variance? Akshay, what is the formula to compute the variance?
So it's x minus x bar the whole square upon n.
Yes, very good. Very good, very good. So
Thank you, sir.
till now we have calculated the variance. Variance is what? This is nothing but the deviation from the target. If x bar is our target, then we are just taking the deviation from the target and it will give the variance. Okay, this is the variance. To eliminate the sign impact, we just make it average and square and take the average here. So this is our variance. Okay. Now, till now we are talking about only single variable. So if we have more than one variable, then how we calculate? If this is x, if we have another variable y, then we can calculate the variance in the similar way, right? Summation of y minus y bar, y minus y bar square divided by n. This is the same formula. If we are concerned about individual parameters, we can calculate the variance in this way using this formula, right? Now, if we are going to calculate the relation between these two parameters, whether they are moving simultaneously in the same direction or opposite direction or any way, then we are going to check the covariance simultaneously, how they vary each other. This is covariance. So in this case, what we have to do, this is the first variance for x with respect to the target value, and we'll have to multiply the variance of y with respect from the target of y. Okay, and take the sum and take the average. Same thing. Look, same thing. In this case, we have squared it to eliminate the sign impact, but here it will automatically, if we multiply them both, then it will automatically cancel the maximum sign parts. Okay. Now x and y are simultaneously together varies. That's why it is covariance. Okay. This is the formula. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is
Yes,
that
sir.
Clear? Let's see with an example. Okay. Now sit with paper and pen. You will have to solve this problem. Okay. Before that, listen this one. Look, covariance measures the directional relationship between variables, whether they move together or move in the opposite direction. We can say positive covariance means variable move together, while negative covariance means move inversely. One increases, another one is decreases, like this. Okay. This is the formula for covariance when we consider about population, and this will be the formula when we consider for the sample. Like same thing in case of variance or standard deviations, when we use sample, we use n minus 1 as the degrees of freedom. This is basically known as degrees of freedom. Okay, this n minus 1, and in case of population it is n. Why this is n? Sample size is smaller, and to avoid the biasness, we use n minus 1. Okay, so this is the formula. Let's solve the problem here. This is our problem. You just solve it and tell me. So we can consider this is as x and this is as y. Okay, we can consider. So what we have to do, we have to take the average first. Our formula is, look at this formula, x minus x bar, y minus y bar. So very first one, the x bar indicates the average of the x and y bar indicates the average of y. So in this particular example, we have this, we can consider number of commercial as the x value and number of cells. Cells volume in rupees will be the y values. Now calculate the other parts. Is that possible to calculate? I am here to guide you. Don't worry. You just solve with me. Okay. So what is the very first part we have to do here? Very fast is, we'll have to take the average first. Average of x and average of y. What will be the average here? How to get the average? Anyone can you tell me how to get the average and what will be the
The
average
x
here?
bar is 3, 30 upon 10. We have to add all of them and count
Yes.
them. Like you have to.
Excellent. So you have to add all of them and divide by the number. So it will be 3, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
what about for y bar? What about for y bar? What about for y bar?
Sir, it's
Anyone?
51.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
50. Sir.
50,
1.
51. Everyone got the 51 value? Everyone got it?
Sir, I got 50, sir.
50. Okay, let me check it. Okay. Suppose this is 50. 7. Okay, 50 plus 57. I think it will be 51. Okay. Please check your solution once again. 50 plus 57 plus 41 and 54. Again 54. 38. 63. Then 48. 59. 46. It is 51 from my side. What about others? Everyone, are you solving this one?
Sir,
Everyone?
51.
51, everyone got it? 51?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what next? Next is, we will have to check the variance first. Covariance, no, first variance of x. This is x minus x bar. X minus x bar. What will be the value here? Can you tell me? X bar is 3 and x value is this one. These are the x value. So x minus x bar is 2 minus 3. It will be minus 1, right, like this. So what will be the value here? Tell me. You will tell and I will write whatever you say, okay? You just instruct me and I will follow your instruction. What will be the value here?
2.
How? 5 minus 3, right? 2. Then next,
Minus 2.
minus 2. Then
0.
Then
1.
1
Minus 2.
minus 2. Very good. Then
2.
2. Excellent.
0.
Then 0,
1 and minus 1.
1, minus 1. Very good. So this is the deviation for x with respect to its target value. So we'll have to calculate the deviation for y also with respect to its target value, y minus y bar. Then tell me what will be the value here?
Minus 1.
Minus 1. 50 minus 51, minus 1. Very good. Then
6.
6
Minus 10. Minus 10.
minus 10. Very
3.
good.
3.
Then 3.
Again 3.
Again 3. Then how much?
23.
23. Are you sure?
27. So
Which one? 27, 23. How much?
13 minus
38 minus 51 minus 13. So you are not confident in your voice. Why? You should be confident whatever you are telling, okay?
12, sir.
12, yes. You should be confident. Tell me confidently. Then I will get energy to learn anything, okay? 12. Whether
Sir,
plus
12,
or
sir,
minus?
not minus 12.
The festivals are not minus.
Plus 12?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next.
Minus
3, sir.
Minus 3.
Minus 3.
Minus 3, then
8.
8
minus 5.
minus
Minus 5.
minus 5. So what next? This is individual variance, okay? Covariance means we'll have to multiply these two. If it is D1, I can consider if this is D1 and if this is D2, then we'll have to multiply these two. This will give the covariance value, okay? D1 and D2, covariance for individual data point. So what will be the value here?
1.
1, then
12.
12, very good.
20.
20,
0.
0,
3.
3,
26.
26,
24.
24,
0.
0,
8 and 5.
8, 5. Very good, very good. So we got the covariance for individual data points. So what will be the total covariance here? What will be the total variance here? We'll have to take the sum of D1, D2. What will be the value? You just solve and tell me what will be the value here. Sum of D1, D2. What will be the value? Please count it and tell me.
Sir, 99 I'm getting.
90,
9.
99. Everyone got this value 99?
Yes, sir.
Yes, excellent. Very good. Now look at the formula. What is the formula here? X minus x bar. X minus x bar.
Sir, 11 is the
minus
answer.
y bar divided by n minus 1. Yes.
Sir, 11 is the answer. 11. Final answer.
Final answer 11. Okay. So how you got this? The formula d1 d2 divided by n minus 1, right? Here n is 9. So is this sum is 99. So 99 by n minus 1, n is 10 here. 10 minus 1 is 9, which is 11. Everyone got this answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is very easy.
Yes, sir.
There is no difficulty.
No, sir.
Okay. I told you already. I will discuss very easy topic today. Okay. So this is very easy. You can solve it now. If I give some problem like this, you can solve it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I need this confidence. Okay. Next, look. Next, go back to the same formula. Called Pearson correlation coefficient. Formula was covariance by standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Now look, this is our correlation coefficient formula. Okay. Now we understand that covariance we have calculated. It is 11. We have computed this one covariance, right? Covariance is 11. We have computed, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Now what we have to do here? We have to calculate the standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Go back to the same problem. Okay. Now look, to get the standard deviations, what we have to do? We have to take the square of this one. Standard deviation formula. What is the formula? X minus x bar
Whole square.
square. Okay. X minus x bar square sum, then divided by this one. We are talking about sample. That means it is n minus 1 and take the square root. This is our formula. So we have already computed x minus x bar, right? We have already computed this is x minus x bar. Now we have to compute the standard deviation here. How we compute the standard deviation? How we compute the standard deviation? We have to take the square of the d1. We have to take the square of d1, and then again we have to take the square of this is d2 also, square of d2, right? So if we take the square of d1, then minus 1 square will be 1, right?
1,
Then 4,
4,
then again 4, then 0,
1,
1,
4, 4,
4, 4,
0, 1, 1.
0, 1, 1. It is also very easy.
Yes, sir.
Next part, what we have to do? We have to take the sum of all the things. What is the sum here? Sum of d1 square. We have to take the sum of d1 square. What will be the value here?
20, sir.
20. Very good. Then what will be the standard deviation of x here? d1 square is 20. Okay. Then standard deviation formula is this is 20 and this is n minus 1. So we have this square root of standard deviation of x will be, I am writing here. Okay. Standard deviation of x will be this one. Square root of this sum is 20. Okay. And our n value is 10. So it will be 9. This is our standard deviation of x. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Then what about the standard deviation for y? What about standard deviation for y? We have to do the same thing. We have to take the square of the y minus y bar, right? So if we take the square, it will be 1. 1 minus 1 square will be 1. Then
36,
36. Very good.
100,
Then 100,
9,
9,
9,
again 9,
169,
169. Very good. Excellent.
144,
144,
9,
again 9,
64, 25.
64, 25. So this is also very easy.
Yes, sir.
There is no difficulty, right?
No, sir.
So if we take the standard deviation, then what will be the value here? What will be the value? You just solve and tell me. Again, we have to take the sum and do the same thing. What will be the value?
Sir, 566.
Everyone got the value 566?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is total sum y minus y bar square will be 566, right? 566, and we have the number of data point 10, so it will be 9. So we
Nine.
get the standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now we can easily calculate the correlation coefficient. Now go back to the formula. We calculated this one, covariance is x 11. We have computed this one, and covariance of standard deviation of x is square root of 20 by 9. We have computed this one, right? And this is, yes.
Sigma of in
Tell me. Yeah.
root by n, sir.
Yes.
That means 20 by 10, sir.
20 by 10. You can consider this when your number of data point is less than 30. You considered it as a sample. Okay. And for sample, standard deviation formula is n minus 1. This is for population. Okay. For sample, this part will be n minus 1. Okay, you can go back to the parts where we discussed about the standard deviation. Okay, you can find the formula. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, so we know covariance of xy, it is there, this value is there, and the standard deviation of x is there with us, standard deviation of y is there. So every information is known to us now, so we can easily get the value for correlation coefficient here. Now solve it and tell me what will be the value. What will be the value? Solve it and tell me. Are you solving?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So there is no difficulty in this part, right? It is very easy. So if you solve step by step, it will help you to understand each and every point clearly, and you will never forget this one. Okay, this is very easy and easy to remember also. Okay, you got the answer? You got the answer? Tell me. Are you solving this one?
Sir, square root of 11,320 is, it's coming in decimals.
Yes, tell me what will be, what is your answer? Tell me.
106.4.
One not this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is
11,000.
9. Then 106.4.
Yes.
Okay. Then what will be the final value?
Sir, I guess 9.3 around somewhat.
9.3.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure? Check it. 9.3. Any other?
0.93.
0.93, because this is 99 by 106. It should not be more than 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Take in this way. In the numerator part it is 99 and the denominator it is 106. So value should be less than 1. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Got it? So it will be 90.93. Okay? It should be 0.93. Now check whether your answer is correct or wrong. Go back to the rule of thumb. R value. R value should be located in between -1 to +1.
Plus
Now
1.
check whether your calculated value is there in this range or not. It is there.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yes, then your answer is correct. If it goes beyond this range, then your answer is wrong. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So you have to check in this way. So now tell me if there is any difficulty in calculating the Culp-Pearson correlation coefficient.
No, sir.
No difficulty? No one?
No.
Anyone? Any confusion?
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, can you explain when we have to use the sample formula and population formula?
When you have the data point less than 30, use sample formula. Okay?
Sir, can you repeat it?
Number of data points, in our case, here number of data point is 10, right? If our number of data point is less than 30, use sample.
Okay.
And if it is more than 30, use population if nothing is mentioned. Okay? And if it is mentioned, then thing is different. Then you will have to use whatever it is mentioned. Otherwise, for less than 30 data points, use sample, and for more than 30 data point, use population. Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So in this case, our number of data point is 10, which is less than 30. That's why we are using sample. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now tell me if there is any other confusion, anyone? So I hope you can solve this particular problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I give you a problem now, can you solve it? It will take 5 minutes hardly.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I am giving you a problem and I will give you 5 minutes. You try this one. Okay? Further, if you apply this one, look, further, if you put this value, covariance value, this particular value here in place of covariance, and standard deviation value, this is for here and this is here. Okay? So if we replace the symbol by the expression, then it will be like this. Okay? But my suggestion is remember the concept, how we built the concept. Remember the concept and everything will be fine. Okay? You can solve it. Now here is a problem for you. You just solve it. Number of data point is 6, then it can be a sample. Okay? Now I expect you can solve it. So this is 4. I will give you 6 minutes. I'll get back to you at 4:10. Okay? I hope you can solve it within this time period. Okay? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, please try this one. Okay? You have 6 minutes, and I hope you can solve it within this 6 minutes. Please go ahead.
How can you please show the formula of the population?
Which formula?
For the population.
Yes. So, oh. Yes, population formula.
Yes, sir.
This one. This formula.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay.
Sir, decimal can be rounded off to 7.
Why?
It will be easy to calculate.
You have only few data points. Why you was thinking like this?
Okay, sir.
Okay, don't think in this way. Okay, this is very few number of data points, only 6. Okay,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
try to understand the concept and practice as difficult as possible. Only then you can solve easily. Okay.
One minus 1, 0 minus 2.
You solve yourself. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and you tell me the answer. Okay. Don't look at the screen.
Sir, it's plus 0.2.
Sir, 0.2
Plus,
only.
you got the answer.
Sir, 2.4, 1.2. Should we say all those, sir?
2.4.
1.2.
Which one?
D1, D2, are we supposed to say that, sir? No.
Okay. So you solve it. Okay, tell me what to write here, and I am writing here. Okay.
Sir, 10 total, D1, D2.
Yes, sir. Uh,
D1
10,
D2
yes.
is 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now check it. This is
2
0.2.
point,
This one
yes,
is
2.4.
2.4,
2.4.
1.2,
Very good.
1.2 and
1.8.
1.8.
And
Then
then 1.8. And then 0, sir.
1.8.
0 and 4.4.
4.4. Very good. Total sum will be 10.
10.
Everyone got this?
Yes, sir.
Everyone got this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What next?
Square.
Covariance of xy, right? What will be the value? Covariance of x and y, what will be the value? What will be the value? summation of d1 d2 divided by n minus 1, right?
Yes,
What will be the
sir.
value? What will be the value?
10 by 5 2.
10 by 5 2. Good. So this is 2. Then what about others? What is the formula for R? What is the formula? R equals to covariance of, remember the formula, okay? X and Y divided by sigma X into sigma Y, right? Sigma X, sigma Y. This is the formula, so we have to calculate this sigma X and sigma Y, right? So what is the procedure? What is the procedure?
D1 square and D2 square.
Okay, then do it. D1 square and D2 square. What is the value here?
0.04.
0.04. Then
0.64.
64. 0.64.
0.64. Very good. Then
0.144. 0.14.
0.14
Yes, sir.
or 1.44. Which one?
1.44.
1.44. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. 3.24.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
Then this one 3.24.
24.
Very good.
0.64.
0.64.
4.84.
4.8%.
4.84. Very good. Very good. Then what next?
D2 square and then total.
So first calculate the sigma x. So what will be the value for sigma x here? What will be the value for sigma x? Are you solving this one?
Sir, 10.8. Yes, sir.
This will be 10.8. This sum.
Yes. Yes, sir. D1 square.
Everyone got the value 10.8. Everyone got it 10.8. 4, 4, 4, 4, 20, 10, 16, 18, 22, 28. Okay, 2, 3, 6, 8. Okay, tick. Then what will be the value for sigma x here? Sigma x value, what will be the value? Square root of 10.8 by, this one will be sigma x value, right?
By 5.
By 5. Okay, next for d2
Square.
square,
Yes,
how much the
sir.
value will be?
191104.
191104. This is 1.
Total 16.
Okay,
1
1, 9,
1 1
1, 1,
0 4
0, 4.
4
Total
16.
16. Then what will be the sigma y value?
Root over 16 by 5.
Root over 16 by 5. So we get every value, right?
Yes.
So what will be the value for this one? Correlation coefficient now. This is covariance of xy is 2. We have computed this one, right?
Yes, sir. 2 by root over
Root
10.8
over 10 by 8. So both of them
into 5
there.
into
So
10.
we can get the 5 in the numerator part. Then in the denominator, what will be there? 10.5.
10.8 10.8 into 16.
Yes, 10.8 into 16. Now tell me what will be the result. Everyone got the answer?
Yes, sir. Sir, 10 by 13.15.
10 by 13 point
15.
13.15.
Means
Okay.
root, yeah, under root of 172.8 is 13.15.
Okay, 13.15.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then
Then 1 minute. Sir, 0.76.
Sir,
yes,
the final answer is 0.98.
0.1 minute.
0.76.
76, sir.
76.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Uh, who says 0.98? Can you tell me how?
Sir, it's me, sir. Akshay.
Yes, Akshay, tell me. All other values is same for you. Where is the
Sir,
difference?
the,
Akshay, tell me where is the difference?
sir, the standard deviation of x for me is 1.34 and standard deviation of y for me is like 1.527. So like, and I did like 2 divided by 1.34 into 1.527. I got 2 by 2.04. Then I got 0.98.
I'm not getting you. Okay, give me a moment. Let me check the answer here. Okay, I hope process is clear to you now, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me what is the answer? Answer.
Yes, I'm just checking this one.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
So for standard deviation of x, what answer you got?
Standard deviation of x, it is, I have mentioned here, this is 10.8 by 5.
Yes.
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
10.8 under root of 10.8 by 5.
This is standard deviation of x, and standard deviation of y is under root of 16 by 5.
16 by 5.
Sir, there are actually 6 values.
Actually 6 values. This is less than 30.
9 n minus
Number
1.
of values is less than 30. So this will be a sample. To calculate the value for standard deviation, so use sample here. Okay. So our formula will be x minus x bar. Our formula will be x minus x bar divided by this one square, then sum divided by n minus 1. This is our sample.
Sir,
Square root, yes, tell me.
sir, but you told n minus 1 is for covariance. You didn't say it's for variance, no, sir.
For both, wherever you use, if you are using sample, then you have to use this is our covariance, right? This is covariance. Again, this is sample. That's why we are using n minus 1. This is our standard deviations. This is sample n minus 1. Okay. So whenever you are using sample or populations, you will have to use uniformly for each and every part. Okay. If
Yes,
it
sir.
is sample, you have to use sample for all parts. If you use population, you have to use population for all parts. Clear?
Yes, sir.
No other doubt? Is there any other doubt? Yes.
I have a doubt. Sir, if they're giving this type of question in examination, MCQs, it will take a time, no, sir,
Yes,
like
sir.
more than 5 minutes.
It
Don't
takes
worry
almost 10
about time. Do practice. Okay. So if this type of question will be there, they will definitely give you time.
Sir, total how many questions will be there and
So
time?
I don't know. It will not finalized yet. Okay. So if but we ensure that if this type of question will be there, they will give sufficient time to solve. Okay.
At least minimum 6 to 5 minutes we need, sir.
Yeah, you know, I know how much time it will take. I know that. Okay.
Yes.
If I said the questions, then I will definitely give you that much of time. Okay.
Sir, you only said the
Yes.
question then.
No. You don't know. There are other 4 faculty who is teaching the same subject to other section. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So anyone can set the paper. or it may be there that all of them are combinedly setting the paper. Okay, so don't worry about this one. I will definitely raise your concern. It will
Okay.
take time. Okay, but you must practice. Okay,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
if you practice, it will not take hardly 5 minutes. It will take if you practice. Otherwise, if you are getting confused in between, then it will take more than 1 hour also.
Yes, sir.
It's up to you. You have to practice this one. Okay.
Yes.
Sir, can you
Yes.
share the PPTs with answers of the all the questions, sir, with all
No,
the.
I will not share answers. You have to solve it by yourself. You can refer any book, and if you face any issue, you just consult with me. I am here for you.
Sir,
All the time.
currently we don't find business statistics in Amazon too, sir. I'm not finding it
Not,
anywhere.
not Amazon. You can find any book. Okay,
Okay, sir.
any book. There is no
Sir,
restriction. Yes.
sir, PPTs are enough, no, sir, for this MCQs, this test.
Oh, PPTs are enough because remember one thing, there are other 4 faculty teaching the same subject. Okay. So I don't know what are the points they are covering and what are their PPTs. So I don't know. So I am just preparing for myself and for yourself only, for you only. Okay. So
Sir, we'll
the
get
point
full
I have mentioned here, remember one thing, the point I have discussed, it covers everywhere, okay? But the content may be different. So please refer a book and read the topics from the book. Don't blindly refer the PPT, okay?
Okay, sir.
Which,
Sir, I have
So I
a
have a doubt.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, will we be allowed to use calculator for the exam?
Your voice is very slow.
Sir, will we be allowed to use calculator for the exam?
Yes, for this part you can use calculator.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
Sir, what is the answer for this question? Final
Yes,
answer.
7-6, this one.
Okay, sir.
Okay? It is mentioned here. Look, 0.759. Look. So it is in decimal point, there may be different. This is 0.759 is the answer, and we got it 0.76. It is varied due to the use of decimal points. Okay, so this is nearly equal. Okay, but my suggestion is practice more and more. It will make your idea more clear. And if you face any difficulty, I am here for you. You can consult me. Okay.